Hi, who is this?
Oh, you are in the room. Hello, it's Toronto Police. I need you to come to the door.
Who is this? Who is this?
It's Toronto Police. We're outside your door, my friend. Mohammed, hey, how's it going? My name's Constable Gretton, just so you're aware, I do have a body camera on. It's just going to audio-visually record this interaction. So, my friend, we've been called here today by the landlords of the property. They've advised us that they've told you that you have to leave the room. So we're just here to help.
What is your badge?
That. Yep. Right there, my friend. 12709.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is the easiest way for you to head out?
I think this problem is under LCB.
No, it's not. Because you guys share the kitchen, it doesn't fall under the
Share
residential
Share it too.
with the owner, with the landlord.
No.
Yes. So, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you right there. The Residential Tenancies Act does not apply here. The Landlord Tenant Board. The Landlord Tenant Board. Oh yeah. There's a kitchen.
Okay.
You share it with the landlord. Okay. So
where's the landlord?
sir, I'm not going to get into this with you, Mohammed. So we're going to work with you to find the best way for you to leave the property. So, do you have anywhere else that you can stay?
Okay. The rule says that I need a letter.
No.
Yes, of course.
No.
So,
Of course I need.
The Residential Tenancies Act does not apply because you share the kitchen. So anything in the Residential Tenancies Act does not apply.
Here in this room,
Mhm.
I live here. The other guy live here,
Okay.
and the other guy there.
Yep.
Where is the landlord?
That guy is
that's
the landlord.
one of the landlords. You share a
That-
kitchen with him.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not.
So I'm not gonna get into this because I want to help you.
Payman is not landlord. Sorry for that.
No, he's on the deed. So this is where
Since when?
he's part of the family. This is a family-owned house, my friend. So I'm gonna work with you. Do you have somewhere else that you can stay?
Okay, but this is so the landlords didn't told me about that.
What do you mean they didn't tell you about that?
So because
They gave you more than enough notice.
no,
You've acknowledged the eviction notice.
the landlord didn't told me that there is a family house here because I was here living here as a multi-tenant.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, like I said.
So I need a real paper
What paper?
to live.
So, I believe that you did some research online if this, like, regarding landlord tenant board issue, right?
Okay.
So, because you share the same kitchen
Okay.
with the landlord, hear me out. So, you're a guest here. So, you're not covered under landlord tenant board. If you live here, you have a separate access, the landlord lives upstairs and they don't share this area with you, and then you are covered under landlord tenant board. But at this point, you're just a guest. Your next door room neighbor is
Okay.
just a guest.
I was
So-
not informed about that.
Okay.
There is a landlord. There is
Okay.
a person that's living there. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. So now you are aware, and you were given an eviction notification at least a month ago, which you acknowledged.
Okay. That was not the
Okay. So Mohammed, I'm telling you right now that we don't want to have to, like kick you out of here. Don't give you any time to get someplace to go. Don't give you time to like get your stuff. So that's why I'm asking you. Do you have a place to
Payman
go?
is a tenant as we are.
He's the landlord.
It's a landlord.
Yeah. And
He
so
owns the house.
you're sharing a kitchen or bathroom with one of the landlords. So as the Landlord Tenant Board has already said, the Residential Tenancies Act does not apply in this case. Okay? Which is why I'm trying to work with you. What is the best way for you to leave? How can we help you take some time, gather some stuff, go somewhere?
Okay. Payman is a tenant. He's not landlord.
Okay.
Can you prove it to me?
Okay.
Because
Oh, Payman.
Do you have-
Payman is
do you have-
Payman is the
do-
husband.
do you-
Payman's not the man that was living over there,
okay.
or is that the? Or
Who's
is,
living there?
Yeah.
Payman is living there.
That's Payman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah. Part of the
Payman
family. Part of the family of the house.
Okay. Part of the family. Who is this?
Mhm.
Brother?
It's the father.
It's the what?
It's the father.
Payman is father.
Yes. Of the family house. This is a family-owned house. He's the father. So he's one of the landlords. He's one of the owners of this house.
Okay.
Mhm.
He has a share. He has a part of the house.
What do you mean he has a part of the house?
He has
Yeah.
a share. Okay.
He's one of the landlords. He's
Okay.
one of the owners of the house.
Okay.
Okay. So because of that
I
fact-
don't. Okay. What is? I have here my
Go for it, my friend. Whatever you need.
Okay, I have my contract. In
Okay.
contract, there is only one name here.
Okay.
Farnush Kalamkari.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
that contract.
Payman is a brother or
Him is the
child
father, my friend.
or
Father-in-law is Farouche is your husband? Oh, is you?
That's my dad.
Is Farouche is your dad?
Fanush is my sister.
Okay.
Ali is my dad. That's my husband.
Okay, so it's your sister's dad as well.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So it's the
Payman is
father. It's the father of the person that you were talking to.
Payman is who? Payman is who?
The father of the person that you have the contract.
Payman
with.
is father of Farnush.
Yes.
Okay, father, real father.
So we're not gonna go into DNA and genetics. I'm just telling you that you are no longer a tenant here. And she sent you a message. You acknowledge her message, right? So and then you replied with a bunch of sections.
You know
from
what's
Landlord
going on
Tenant
here, yeah?
Board.
You know what's going on here.
Mhm.
Okay.
So my
Go
friend.
and back with a paper.
Which
What
paper?
Yeah, you know what it's about.
No, I
You have
I don't know what
you have
paper.
no right. You
no
have no right
no.
being
So
here.
this is an authority that we have because now technically you would be a trespasser because you've been asked to leave. You were
No,
you were a boarder. You were a guest. You were asked to leave. You're not a tenant because the Residential Tenancies Act does not apply to you because you share a kitchen or bathroom with the landlord. Okay, so this
Okay,
is
this
why-
is what not told me about it.
unfortunately, if you didn't do the research into how the setup was, there's not much that I can do for you. Okay, so I would suggest in the future, the next place that you stay at, you make sure that you look into that. Okay,
Yeah.
so as of right now, I'm telling you, what is the best way that we can help you to leave?
You can't help me to leave.
Okay, so again, this is where we start running into some issues because I don't want to have to.
Because this is the first time I hear that guy there is a father of
Okay,
the person who the name
That's
is
fine.
here. Yeah, okay.
that's fine, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's matter.
if you want to,
It's matter. It's
okay,
matter.
the only part that matters is that you share a kitchen or bathroom with the
I know.
landlord. with
I
the
know.
owner.
I'm totally aware of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to start gathering your stuff, we can help you if there's someplace you
No,
need to go.
I wait for a police statement and LTB.
So there is no LTB.
Why you are?
Okay, so I'm telling you right
why,
now,
why
there's
you
no
are
LTB.
aware?
The RTA does not apply, and we are here to help you leave. Okay, so if you would like to take your time and gather some stuff, I would love to give you as much time as you need. If you don't, then we can take you out and we can bring you to a shelter or something. You can come back tomorrow and get your items. Okay?
So
How would you like this to go?
this is the first time I know that the Payman
Okay.
is father of blah blah.
Okay.
I have no more time to discuss with you about this. I need a paper.
Which paper? What paper?
Paper.
What
Paper
paper?
that tell me that I should go out. Yeah.
Oh no, you don't need an
From
eviction
the law.
notice. No, you don't need an eviction
I
notice.
need-
So
no,
because you're
it
not
doesn't
covered
apply.
on the landlord
Okay.
tenant
What are you
board,
gonna do now?
It's up to you. I don't want to have to arrest you and take you out of here for trespassing, issue you a trespass notice, issue you and release you on a
You
ticket.
can't arrest me.
Oh, I 100% can.
No.
Where's your
You're
phone?
trespassing. You're refusing to leave when directed. Okay?
No.
So I want to work with you. What is the best way?
I need a real notice.
They sent you a notice. They sent you a text.
Okay.
They sent you emails.
Okay, but
That's
I was
beyond.
under LTB.
No, you're not.
So
But
you
yes,
were
of
under
course.
the impression that you were covered by Landlord Tenant Board.
This is not impression. This is not
Listen,
impression.
Because you are renting a room here, you are paying a rent. So I understand that you did some research online because you sent some
No,
samples
no,
from
well,
LTV.
it's not about
Listen.
research online. It's
So
about
this
that
is
I
not
knew that.
this is not the first time
is-
that we're dealing with this kind of situation.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not gonna try to kick you out for no reason
Now,
when
kick
it's like
you
minus
out. No.
20 outside.
Help
okay?
your language, please.
So-
Because I'm a student here.
Okay.
I'm a student. Help your watch
I'm
your
not
language.
being rude with
So,
you.
no,
Okay?
you-
We're
you're,
trying
you're,
to
you're,
explain
you're
you.
rude with me. Of
No,
course,
no,
of
I'm
course.
not. I'm not.
Of
You're
course
perceiving
you're
it as
rude.
that way. I'm
Of course
sorry if you
you're rude.
perceived it as
Of
that
course
way.
you're rude.
But so it's been how many minutes now? We're trying to explain you that
So-
you are not covered under Landlord Tenant Board. Okay?
Okay.
And we're explaining
I
you
know
the
this
reason
issue
why.
since now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So
that doesn't mean anything. Ignorance of the law is not a defense.
ignorance.
Ignorance of the law.
Ignorance is
Ignorance, as in just because you don't know,
okay.
doesn't mean it applies. Okay. So if you didn't know
So
something was illegal, that doesn't mean that you're allowed.
No,
to
this
do
is
it.
not allowed that someone else is father of Farnush Kalamkari.
It's absolutely allowed.
This is not now. This is information
Okay.
that I informed about this today. The law says that if there is a family, this is something else. This is separate thing.
So, like I said, ignorance of the law is not a defense. I do understand this is news to you.
I didn't ignore the law.
No, it's not ignore. Ignorance, like you didn't know. Like just because you didn't know is not a defense.
No. That was. This information is not law. I signed my contract with Farnush Kalamkari,
Okay.
knowing that there is other persons living here
Okay.
and nobody is family of the Farnush
Okay.
Kalamkari. Okay.
So there you go. So next time, I would suggest when you're signing a contract, you make sure you hammer
Okay,
out
thank
all
you.
these
I know.
details.
I know this,
Okay?
of course.
So if you want to start gathering your things, we can help you go somewhere. If you have some place to go, if you need to call some friends or family to help you move, that would be perfect. We'll do our best to try and help facilitate that. So if you want to start now, it would make the process a lot quicker. Okay?
Okay.
So if you want to know what your rights in this case, you can also contact Landlord Tenant Board.
Okay. Today is
Yeah. So it's something you're gonna have to
Follow up
attend
later
to later after you've left the area. Okay?
No, actually,
Yes.
I will do this tomorrow.
Okay. So if you want to gather your things and leave right now, and then you can follow up with them tomorrow.
No, I will
This
gather
isn't a
my thing
question.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, so Mohammed, this isn't just a no. I don't feel like leaving right now. This is a you are leaving right now. Okay.
For anything you need a statement
No.
here.
No, my friend, you're a boarder. You're not a tenant. The RTA does
Okay.
not apply. Okay. So it's absolutely up to you.
Stay out of my room.
Okay. My
Let's
friend,
see
my friend, this is not your room anymore. You've been evicted. You've been told to leave. Okay? So gather your items. It's up to you. If you want to take your time, we will give you all the time in the world. If you start now, you'll be packed
Okay.
up and you'll be ready to go faster.
I need 2 days time.
Okay, so unfortunately that doesn't happen because that's not a reasonable amount of time. If you want to start packing now,
How many is this reasonable time?
how much time will it take you to get enough ready to go somewhere, and then we can move? The landlord has graciously said they will gather up whatever remaining items you need. They'll put it in the garage, and you can come back at a later time to get it. So whatever.
No, the garage is not in a good situation. I don't.
Okay. So whatever
I need 2 days.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, 2 days is not what you're gonna get. The fact.
How many time do I have?
I mean, how much time will it take you to get a bag ready to go to a hotel or a motel or a shelter?
Like some immediate belongings, like maybe a change of clothes, your toothpaste, like some.
Yeah, 1 day at least.
Okay, so that's going to be way too long, my friend. That's an unreasonable amount of time. So, if you want to get a backpack, put some toiletries in there, put some clothing and stuff in there, whatever, and then you can head on out if you got friends or family.
You
If
know,
not, I can
you know
bring to a
about
shelter.
you are so rude with me, and
Okay.
you still know about all trick with the
Okay.
landlords happening
So,
here.
again,
You know, yeah.
Again, my friend, I know this is frustrating to hear. Unfortunately, you were given plenty of notice that you were going to have to
No,
leave?
no, this is not you're here. You get information wrong. I heard
Okay.
notice
So
as
you were
I
given-
was informed that here this house is
A
multi-tenant
month ago.
house.
Okay, a month ago you were given notice to leave. You paid your rent in September for 5 months. You were told you had to leave yesterday. They were gracious enough to allow you to the end of the day.
Okay, and I was also aware of this that this
Okay.
house is multi-tenant. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is a nasty trick of the landlord that
Okay.
did to me. Yeah,
Okay, so unfortunately, that's neither here nor
Okay.
there.
you know
Okay.
this, but still you're so
Okay.
rude to me. Okay.
So how long is it going to take you to get some stuff ready to leave?
I don't know how much do you think.
If you want time to put something together, that's fine. If you don't, then we can take you out. We can bring you out to a shelter. They have plenty of stuff over there for you.
Okay.
Okay.
How much time do you have?
We're gonna
Okay.
give you half an hour to put some clothes and some immediate belongings together.
Okay.
We can't entertain this too long because we have other calls to go to. I understand this is a very sour situation and you're not the only
No, you
one.
don't understand
Oh,
because
I
you
do.
start
Trust me. You're
because you start very badly.
No,
Okay.
no, no. You think that it's easy for us to
Okay.
remove people from their room and their house, but it's my job. Unfortunately, I have to do it. But next time, do your research properly. Have a separate entrance, separate kitchen and bathroom for yourself. Then you're covered under Landlord Tenant Board.
Okay.
So
Okay. So it is 12:02 right now. We will give you until 12:33. I'll be standing by right here. If you need anything.
12:33. What do you mean?
You have 30 minutes to get items together before we're going to help you leave the area. Okay?
well, you're only making this difficult for yourself.
That's fine. He has 30 minutes.
No, it's fine. You can-
We've got our
it's fine.
cameras on. You've got your camera on. So you take your time. But in 30 minutes, you will be leaving this house. Okay? You didn't want to work.
Yeah,
with
you,
it?
you don't need to speak anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
You already told.
So
me.
Mohammed, I would
Okay.
suggest that you start getting some items together for you to leave. Okay? So we're gonna be standing by here for about 30 minutes. Once the 30 minutes are up, we're gonna escort him out of the house. Okay? Okay. It's up to you if you guys want to hang out. If you want to head back to your house. Okay. We can give you a call if we need anything. Okay. Thank you so much for your help today.
Please take a seat.
Oh no, I'm good right here, my friend.
So, make sure that your feet is outside the door. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, my friend. That doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Mohammed, it's been 10 minutes. You've got 20 more minutes.
Who are you talking?
It's been 10 minutes. You have 20 more minutes before we remove you from the property, okay?
Okay.
So, if there's items that you would like to take with you before we remove you from the property, feel free. Because once you leave the property, you're not going to be allowed to come back, okay?
Okay. So, first of all, I need a written notice with a
No, you
sign. Of course I need.
No, you don't.
Of course
They sent you the text message, which you acknowledged.
No.
You
of course
responded.
not.
You responded to
Okay,
the
I
text
respond,
message.
but
Okay, so I don't want to get into this again because I've already explained everything to you.
okay, and I know that Payman is not the father of the Farnush Qalamkari because the father of Farnush Qalamkari was already here,
Mm-hmm.
an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he lives here.
No, he was already here. There is someone else.
Okay. So, like I said, the Residential Tenancies Act does not
Do you-
apply
you
here.
see
so
I'm lying
gonna have-
here?
I'm gonna have to ask
Do you see
you.
I'm lying here?
I'm gonna have to ask you to get your stuff ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
The father of Farnush Kalamkari was
Okay.
already sitting here, and the old man.
Mhm.
That was not Payman.
Mhm.
Payman is father-in-law or something
Okay.
like this.
Again, he is the landlord. The man that lives in that room is one of the landlords. So,
He's one of the
residential
landlords
is one
relevant.
of the
So
landlords.
this house was owned
Is-
by multiple people, and he is one of them.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay, and he's also agreed to this.
Well,
Yes.
this
Everybody's
is their
actually-
collective agreement.
No, Payman didn't ask me
Okay.
to leave.
So this is their property. Like I
Okay,
said.
Payman didn't ask me to leave.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
gonna go and talk who this Payman is. Payman guy is, okay?
Okay.
So he might have somebody else staying with him, but the information we have is their father lived in this unit.
Farnush Kalamkari father lives here.
Furnish is the lady living upstairs, right?
No, Farnush not living upstairs. Farnush living in front of.
Okay,
Other
just give me a
restrooms.
second.
So I would suggest you start getting your stuff ready, okay?
You need more information, guy. just wait for that. Yeah.
If you need to leave, let me know. I can let you by.
Where's Payman?
He's been walked across the street.
Hmm?
He's been walked across the street.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Payman?
There you go. So, my friend.
Do you have a passport number?
It should just be my face. So, I'm going to let you know right now, if you leave this room, okay? If you leave this room without any items, it's going to be very unfortunate because you're not going to have anything with you when the locks get changed, okay? Here you go.
Thank you.
Where's Payman?
So, I would suggest you get a bag of stuff ready to go.
I need a paper from
They
police.
gave you a text message. That counts as sufficient. They don't need to. This is not a formal eviction because they don't need to formally evict you. They just have to
Fire
give you
prevention
notice.
was here because of the. You know about the fire prevention service.
Oh, so you mean like the fire marshal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire service.
Okay.
You know why fire service was here?
It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter
Okay.
because they.
So
they-
are you trying
they
to
are-
say that this is an illegal?
This is a
renting?
retaliatory activity
Mhm.
from them because I called
Oh,
fire.
retaliatory. Okay.
Retaliatory.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no problem.
Thank you so much.
No.
Because
No worries.
because there was no smoke alarm and CO
Okay.
alarm,
Okay.
I called fire,
Yeah.
and they came here and they inspect everywhere
Mhm.
to see what's happening here, and they ordered them to change the ceiling.
Okay.
And can you come here?
So that'll be a building code. That'll be a building code.
Of
thing then.
course,
Yep.
yeah, of course. And you asking me why this is multi-tenant? I was showing you why I believe that this is multi-tenant and this is a trick
Okay.
to do a retaliatory activity against me to kick me out. Yeah,
Okay.
but you're so rude with me. Yeah, because you get information from the people that really. Okay.
Mhm.
Fire service was here,
Yep.
and fire service has informed the city standard, yeah?
Mhm.
And the city has a reason to believe that a multi-tenant house is operating.
Yep.
So this is the multi-tenant.
Yeah. And one of the tenants is the landlord.
No, multi-tenant. This is not definition of multi-tenant.
It means that
Room
there's
rental.
multiple tenants.
No, you don't know the rule, I think,
Mhm.
guy, buddy.
Okay.
This is multi-tenant is something else. Multi-tenant. Do you know about multi-tenant?
So this is a municipal thing, Toronto Municipal Code.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the Residential Tenancies Act is a provincial act. Okay. So, like I said, in this
So
In this situation,
you need to prove me that the Payman is father of Farnush Kalam.
I don't have to
because
prove anything to
because
you, my
I
friend.
already, of course, you
no, I
do.
don't.
Because I already informed that someone else is father of Farnush.
Okay. And
And what?
that's unfortunately that's not something that I have to prove to you.
Of course, you should prove to me.
No, I
Yeah.
don't need to.
Yeah.
I am here to inform you. I'm just here to tell you that you are currently residing with a landlord and you guys share a kitchen or bathroom, which means you do not fall under the Residential Tenancies Act, which means you have
Okay, I have
14 minutes to gather some items.
I have
Okay.
I have T6 and T2 in processing.
Okay.
Okay. And this is obviously going to be a retaliatory
Okay.
action.
And that's fine. You can go to the Landlord Tenant Board, and as they've already told the owner, the Landlord Tenant Board does not apply in this case because the RTA does not apply in this case. Okay?
Okay.
So, like I said, we're at 13 minutes. So, I would highly
Okay, who is
As
Payman?
someone-
Who is
As
Payman
someone
again?
who is- who
Okay,
is
so
renting the
Payman is not the person
not the
that
tenant
is
there.
living here.
Payman is not the
Okay.
person living there.
Okay.
Ali, who is the father, okay, who is one of the landlords, okay, one of the
Who
owners
lives
of the
here.
building, lives there, okay. So because you share a kitchen or bathroom,
Okay.
there's the shared
Since-
kitchen right
since
there.
when the-
Muhammad, I'm talking, okay.
Okay.
So since you share a kitchen or bathroom with an owner, okay, that means you do not fall under the Residential Tenancies Act.
Okay.
I know this is unfortunate to hear. I know
This
this
is
is
a-
not
this
something
is
that
a-
you want. Muhammad, I'm telling you, I'm just laying out the facts of the matter,
Okay.
okay?
This is the
So-
first time I'm here.
I
that
understand.
someone else than Payman is
Okay.
living here.
I understand that this is confusing to you. Again, you
This is not
assumed,
confusing to
my
me.
friend Muhammad, you assumed that the person over there was not one of the landlords. Unfortunately, that's just the way that it is. Okay?
Okay.